Here we are back at the Lowdown right here on the YouTube channel, Future Stars Wrestling. Thank you for subscribing. I'm Jack Slammy. It's Rocky T. How you doing today?
Well, you know, Jack, I'm doing pretty good, brother. I'm here at the FSW Arena.
Yeah.
We're doing the Lowdown. What else could be better?
Oh, man, we have got some great stuff for you. And as a matter of fact, you caught up. We've got a great match coming up here. Gregory Sharpe taking on Bryce Harrison for the title.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, catching up with this guy, man, I'll tell you what. Yeah, he's everywhere.
Welcome to the Lowdown. Joe DeFalco alongside my broadcast partner, D'Lo Brown. We got title matches going on tonight here on the Lowdown, right here on our YouTube channel, Future Stars Wrestling. And there is the No Limits champion, Bryce Harrison of the Following. And he is going one-on-one with Gregory Sharpe. D'Lo Brown, this should be a great matchup.
You know, I'm a big fan of Gregory Sharpe, but you know, Bryce, right there, there's a reason he's the No Limit champion, because that kid takes it, with a pardon the pun, to the limit.
And Bryce Harrison, we had seen he had disappeared for about 6 months, and a few weeks back we saw him at the Silverton cashing in the case that belonged to Jacob Austin Young, and the Following was reborn with the additions of Crash Test Cody and Duke, and now Bryce Harrison once again stands atop the No Limits division, and Gregory Sharpe has issues with the Following. His good friend, Crash Test Cody, no more.
See, the Following, I have taken notice of what they're doing. I'm picking up what they're laying down. They're dominating FSW. They're taking over. And here, my friend, right now, the No Limits champion, one of the leaders, one of the men in charge of the Following.
And Bryce Harrison, Gregory Sharpe, a guy who came to FSW very young. He's still only about 23 years old, D'Lo Brown, and he's a guy that a couple years ago was voted the most improved wrestler in FSW, had a fantastic match with former WWE superstar Paul London, and his star has just continued to rise, and this is his opportunity to finally become a champion.
See, if you don't know, if you haven't seen this kid, he's athletic, he's on fire, he's high elevation, he can go above the ropes, he loves living up there, he loves working on the high rent district, and when he lays down on you, boy, he can put the beat down on you quickly.
Look at those forearms, he is just clocking Bryce Harrison. There is a lot of anger in Gregory Sharpe, as in that match where the No Limits title was on the line, he was going up against the former champion Brandon Gatson, and the Following possibly cost him the title, and he is looking to take it out tonight on Bryce Harrison.
See, Gregory, he's got some fire. You can just look at the face. He's got fire and desire in his face. He wants to make a statement. This would be an incredibly huge win, a jump start to his already rocketing career.
And as you can see, live here at the FSW Arena, a great turnout for a Friday night fights. Our next one coming up October 10th. You don't want to miss it. We got 2 title matches that are going to be on the line. So make sure you join us. Tickets start at just $10, $15 for the front row. And look at that, beautiful crossbody.
Almost got it.
And a 2 count is Gregory Sharpe looking to shock the FSW fans and walk away with the title tonight.
And look at Bryce. He is reeling right now. I think he's this unorthodox offense of Gregory's has got Bryce just twisted right now.
And right now, Bryce Harrison giving himself a little timeout. Smart move on his part, D'Lo.
Yeah, without a doubt, this is a veteran move here. When you're getting a buzzsawed like that, get away, get as far as you can, get out of the ring, recoup, and then maybe you can get things back on your side. But
and a swing and a miss by Gregory Sharpe, and look at this, Bryce Harrison right into the ring post, and there's the turnaround in the match that Bryce needed, and obviously being on the outside paid off for him.
So maybe that was more than just recouping and getting his breath. He had a plan, and he was hoping that Gregory would fall into it, and lo and behold, that's what happened.
You know, despite having to listen to Rocky T and Jack Slammy here on the Lowdown, one of our best Lowdowns of ever. Coming up next, we also have the members of the Following challenging the Whirlwind Gentlemen for the tag team titles. So it's an exciting night here at the FSW Arena. And D'Lo, I just want to thank you for joining us. It's great to have you here in Las Vegas and being a part of FSW.
No, it's my pleasure to be here in FSW. You know, Future Stars of Wrestling, that the name means everything. And there's tremendous talent in this company, and I just like being part of it and watching it and trying to help it grow. And it's a wonderful place to be.
And we love having you, no doubt about it. you know, some of the best trainers. You're helping out with training some of the class. Mike Modest and Disco Inferno's around. Kenny King, you know, by far, you know, I have to say the best staff of trainers in any wrestling school, I think, anywhere.
Oh, I can vouch for that. There's guys with, you know, you probably have 100 years of wrestling experience just in the trainers alone, and that is quality to have, and these kids will benefit greatly from it.
And a weird move by Bryce Harrison, but it ended up with the knees right to the midsection, got a 2 count, and right now he is in command of Gregory Sharpe, and, you know, conspicuous by their absence, I don't really see the following hanging around. They're letting Bryce maybe sent to the back and said he wants to prove that he's the better wrestler.
Yeah, see, that's a different tactic for the following. They usually, where there's one, there's many. And, you know, this is very odd that he's out there by himself.
And right now he's making a good showing for himself, the No Limits champion. We've never doubted his ability. Definitely one of the best technical wrestlers here in FSW, but so is Gregory Sharpe.
Definitely, Gregory is definitely a high-skilled technical athlete here, and Bryce is one as well. And there, Gregory's showing some fire and desire, making that little comeback here, throwing those haymakers. Doesn't look like he has a lot behind him. Dragon screw leg whip. Oh, I hate that move. Oh, I hate that.
Bryce Harrison, and look at the knee as Gregory Sharpe is holding on. That'll stop anybody in his tracks. And now, as smart as a wrestler Bryce Harrison is, now he's trying to work that and ground Gregory Sharpe.
He's tying him up there, and see that dragon screw, it tweaks the ACL, the MCL, and the PCL all in one motion. So it allows Bryce to do moves like this where he can totally put pressure on the entire joint and all the ligaments.
And look at this, Gregory Sharpe screaming in pain, but he is not giving up. He is trying to get to the ropes. And fortunately for him, the move started where he was pretty close and he was able to get out of it.
Yeah, if he was 2 feet more close to the center of the ring, you don't know. That might have just been enough for him to tap out there. Good thing he was close to the ropes.
No Limits title on the line here on the Lowdown. Bryce Harrison against Gregory Sharpe. You know, good stuff happening here in FSW. Big events. Moment of Truth, October 24th. Samstown Live, the FSW champ Matt Hardy taking on the #1 contender that we are going to find out about in the next week or two.
You know, and that's going to be something for Matt Hardy. He's put up his title in a tournament for the #1 contender. He doesn't even care who it is. He wants to be a fighting champion and go out there and just show everybody he's the reason FSW is where it is. He's the straw that stirs a drink.
And a beautiful move by Bryce Harrison, turned that into a backbreaker.
But look, you know what? Here's a veteran move. Bryce is continuing to go back and work that knee that he hurt 5 minutes ago with that dragon screw. No matter where he goes, he comes back to that knee. He's wearing it down. And once again, you take the knees, the legs away from a high flyer, then he's just a man on the mat. He's just a ground and pound
Look
guy.
at that. Gregory Sharpe was able to boot to the face and broke up the move. But there's a lot of damage that has been done to the knee by Gregory Sharpe, who has been firing away with those forearms. And look at this. Bryce catches him.
Oh.
And look at that, beautiful with the suplex, almost a 3 count. A little frustration. Bryce Harrison thought he had him.
Well, you know, Bryce is beating up on Gregory pretty good here, and Gregory's showing some fire here, and it's catching Bryce off guard, knocking him out of his game plan apparently.
And Bryce Harrison breaking before the 5 count, no disqualification, which would probably be something that I wouldn't put past Bryce Harrison.
Hey, get a DQ, keep that title. So it might behoove him just to go ahead and tap the, get himself DQ'd here and walk away with the goal.
Well, right now, though, he is looking good tonight here at the FSW Arena. Gregory Sharpe off to the quick start, but he hasn't really been able to mount a strong comeback, D-Lo.
No, since the turnaround on the outside of the ring, Gregory's been pretty inactive, just getting beat on. And it continues now, so if this continues, Gregory would just be at it. But no, right there, he turns it around. Wow, what a clothesline.
And that puts Bryce Harrison off his feet, but Gregory Sharpe needs to get up and he needs to put something together, because if he's going to beat Bryce Harrison, it's going to take a lot of work.
he's got to regain the momentum here. You know, Gregory's been getting beat on for a while, and Bryce has got a lot of power left in that body of his. It's all about can he even up the fight here, and can you get the momentum back on your side.
And look at that, he eats another clothesline as Gregory Sharpe is right now just one step quicker.
Well, I think the adrenaline's starting to flow right now inside Gregory right now. That adrenaline, it's a wonderful drug, and it's flowing deep and heavy through his veins right now.
And Gregory Sharpe, he is trying to put it together, the running knees. And Bryce Harrison is reeling, and look at that, what a move. And this could be it, new champion,
He might have
1,
him.
2. Oh. And it almost was, but not meant to be, as Bryce Harrison is able to kick out right before the 3 count, as Sharpe's got him up.
Whoa, I've never
1,
seen that.
2. And once again, Bryce Harrison will not give up. And he is a man that wants to keep, that title means everything to him, D'Lo Brown.
Well, that's the drive of a champion right there. When you don't want to lose that championship, you will kick out in your sleep if you have to. And right here, Bryce is showing why he's a champion. Even though he's getting pounded on, he still has that will to win.
Look at that, he's able to reverse what Gregory Sharpe was looking to do. But Sharpe is fighting him off. Enziguri to the back of the head. And what is he going to do? He's trying to get him up.
Whoa! What a tremendous suplex there.
And there he goes, but Gregory Sharpe's looking over, and it's Crash Test Cody.
Oh, you knew it was only a matter of time for the flat came out.
Making his presence felt as Gregory Sharpe is keeping his eyes on Crash Test Cody and forgetting all about Bryce Harrison.
Yeah, but there's so much history between these two. I can understand why he's taking his eyes. What a roll-up!
1, 2, holding the tights.
There's the tights.
And it's a 3 count. Bryce Harrison, unbelievable. Gregory Sharpe, what is he thinking?
Matt Hardy, congratulations, man. This is so great that you are Future Stars of Wrestling champion. I mean, we've been around for almost 5.5 years now in Future Stars of Wrestling. We've had several great champions, but nobody at the caliber of a Matt Hardy. What does this mean in your career to help out such an organization like Future Stars of Wrestling?
What to begin with, Pauly? It's very flattering. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're making me sound like $1 million. You
are $1 million, man.
I work hard and I try hard. And coming out here and working with Joe DeFalco, working with all the Future Stars of Wrestling roster, this roster really works hard. And there's a passion here that you don't see everywhere. And to be able to come into Las Vegas and be able to come here to FSW, and it's a show that's constantly growing. It's truly a hotbed of professional wrestling. Vegas is on the map because of Future Stars of Wrestling. And to come out here and be the representative for it and be the champion, it makes me proud. I mean, me defending this title, this is like me defending the WWE title. It couldn't be more important. And I take a lot of pride in doing this. And there's a great roster. There's a great number of challengers that I look forward to having matches with. And there's going to be some great things happening in Future Stars of Wrestling now.
Well, you're in Future Stars of Wrestling. You are the champion. But recently, we've seen you reunite with your brother, Jeff, on TNA Wrestling. You've been in a Ring of Honor ring. How do you put all of this together and make it all make sense in the world of Matt Hardy?
Well, it's like a big puzzle with 10,000 pieces, but they all fit together. In my mind, I have the perfect image of how it all works. And to me, right now, I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I can give back to the business. Because I don't have to be somewhere under a contract and be an employee that has to be disgruntled or has to do whatever for a paycheck. I can actually do things I enjoy because I love it. With Ring of Honor and with TNA, I've had a free agent status, and I've worked with them, and they've both been great to me. I can't say anything bad about either organization. And to team with Jeff, that's always magic. And the older we get, it's more magic each time. And we kind of feel like Pearl Jam when we're together. We feel like, hey, when we get a little older, we're not physically as youthful and as athletic as we used to be, but we're better than ever because we have a better head on our shoulders. And then I come out to places like Future Stars of Wrestling, and there's several other independent groups that I work for, and these places are great. And whenever I come out here, this is where professional wrestling lives in its truest and purest forms. It really does. The guys who come out and they bust their ass in that ring in there every single night, they do it because they love this business. They're not doing it because they're on global TV, or they're not doing it because they're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout the course of the year. They are doing it because they love it. And you can see the passion. It oozes out of all the competitors in that ring. And whenever I'm around stuff like that, it reminds me of my youth. It reminds me of my passion. And it's helped to bring back my passion for the business. Because myself and my brother, we were two kids who grew up in Cameron, North Carolina, and that's all we wanted to do. And there were people that helped us along the way. And now been put in one of the spots where I can help younger talents. And to come out here and help these guys and to be the future Stars of Wrestling heavyweight champion and represent such a tremendous organization like this, it truly is. It's an honor. And I'm flattered to be even, looked at as the champion.
Well, this is Future Stars of Wrestling. There are a lot of students that come through the doors every single day in FSW. You started once in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the younger guys, how do you do it? How do you bust your ass and actually make it to the big league?
You know, it's funny. I go into a lot because people, they think of Matt and Jeff Hardy and they think of all these crazy ladder matches or crazy TLC matches, WrestleManias with 70, 80,000 people there. That's the first thing that goes in their mind. But they forget about in 1992 when myself and my brother, we worked on the carnival loop, when we would go there and we got paid $10 a night and we would work, every carnival throughout different counties of North Carolina. And it was a half ring, half trampoline, and we had no idea what we were doing. We were flipping out, diving all over the place. Then once we got into professional wrestling, working in a hard ring, we worked for Italian Stallion. And Joe DeFalco seems like Jesus Christ compared to Italian Stallion. Because he takes care of the guys, and he's a promoter that does what he says and says what he does. And, we would work for Stallion, and myself and my brother and our group of guys that worked for him, in trade of going to the WWE every 8 months, we would drive to wherever shows were on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Whether it was 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, however far away it was, we had to do all those shows for free. The biggest payday we ever got were 2 liters of Coke. And
wow.
That's honestly, and we worked for him for 2 years straight. Never getting paid every weekend. We were teenagers when everybody was like, hey, let's go party, let's go do that. All we wanted to do was wrestle because we had a dream, we had a passion that we wanted to fulfill. And we just continued little by little chipping away until, the WWE gave us more opportunities. We went on our own, and then, 5, 6 years down the road, we got hired eventually. But it didn't happen overnight, and it didn't happen easy. We had to bust our ass to do it. And it was places like this and being able to work on a show where there was a veteran wrestler around that would give us advice or give us tips, and we were always in their ear. And, hey, if you get a chance, can you watch our match? Or can you help us? Can you give us some advice that will help us move forward? And, there were a lot of people that did. And for me to be able to give that back now, I'm very happy to do it. And I take a lot of pride in my professionalism.
If you could, just look into the camera. Talk to the future stars of wrestling, the students, those that have just been in the business a year, 2 years. If you could just tell them exactly how good they have it in Las Vegas, in Future Stars of Wrestling, wrestling in casinos versus VFW halls, versus high school gymnasiums. Please, just give them a little idea as to some of the suffering you've been through to make it to the big leagues.
To the Future Stars of Wrestling roster, you guys have it so good. You have a training school, you have a beautiful venue. This is a venue that a WWE would run or a TNA, a global national company would run. This is an amazing, beautiful, immaculate venue. When I was coming up, I wrestled in armories, I wrestled in VFW halls, I wrestled in old abandoned community centers. Myself and Jeff one time, we'll never forget this, we wrestled in front of 4 people. 4 people.
Wow.
In Rutherfordton, North Carolina. There were 4 people, and Jeff and I went out there and had a match that you would have seen on ECW in 1996 or 97. And the reason being is because we loved it. And it's really easy to become complacent wherever you may be. I challenge each and every one of you guys that are on the roster, do not become complacent here. Every time you come out, try and step up your game. Try and be better and realize the great opportunities that you have around you because you have it really good. If this was taken away from you and you had to go out to the East Coast and you had to start all over again fresh, it would blow your mind. You have a good deal here. Be very appreciative of what you have because this organization itself is going to do great things and it is going to make you great. This can make you successful, this organization right here. You can build a name right here. So take advantage of that and be very appreciative of what you have. Work hard and enjoy what you're doing. Don't just do it because you're getting a payday. Do it because you love it. Take pride in what you do.
Matt, from a guy that once upon a time saw you lose to a team like Too Cool, and then saw in person, 8th row, the ladder match between Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys in Cleveland, Ohio, up until you won the ECW championship and beyond. It is quite an honor to see you holding that Future Stars of Wrestling championship, and I thank you for coming to Las Vegas and representing FSW.
Thank you, man. I'm proud to be here. As I said before, I'm not just saying it for the sake of a promo or to blow smoke up anyone's booty. I am proud and I am honored to be the Future Stars of Wrestling champion. When I get opportunities like this, I take advantage of them, and I appreciate them, and I don't take anything for granted. As the older you get, when you get a little more beat up, you never know how much time you have, and I've really gotten the right mindset and the right niche. I know how to take care of myself and be as healthy as I can possibly be and maximize my potential. And this has been the most fun I've had in my entire career. And to everyone out there, just remember, everyone's a spider when you begin. You know, everyone has a dream and a passion, and you want to be better. And the thing is, Spider, he cares. He comes to me. He asks questions. He wants feedback. And that's what everyone should do. Be passionate. Take pride in what you do. Take pride in your job. Take pride in your love. Take pride in professional wrestling, because dreams do come true. If you don't believe me, just take a look at my life, at my brother's life. We are both living, breathing examples of two kids who had a dream and wanted to achieve it, and we did it multiple times over.
The FSW Heavyweight Champion Matt Hardy, thank you so much.
Thank you, man. It's a pleasure. Always is a pleasure.
Hey, back in action right here. He was going, and he almost,
Almost.
Right.
Almost went, Jack. I tell you what, it looked like he was going to kick the ref's ass, and Bryce, took advantage and pinned his ass.
Well, that's why he's the wily veteran that he is right there. Bryce Harrison, that's why he's got the gold. He knows how to expose the little weaknesses that everybody might have.
That's why he's the leader of the following. And talking about the following, we're going to see more of them, aren't we?
Yes, we are. And it's talking about the weaknesses. There's some weaknesses in the electrical system here at the arena. Oh, my God, could you see it? The fans went crazy. The announcers went crazy. And, it's something like we're never, ever going to see again, Rock.
We'll never see it, Jack. I'll tell you what, when the lights went out in FSW.
You're going to see it right now, and it's all for the gold. That's right. It's the following taking on the Whirlwind Gentlemen the night the lights went out at FSW. Fan, this is a great match. If you weren't there, you're lost. This is where the fans really come into play at Future Stars of Wrestling. This is what makes it happen. It's you, the fans, and your phones.
Well, let's get to it, Jack.
We are ready. Main event time here on the Lowdown. The tag team titles are on the line. And there are the champions, the Whirlwind Gentlemen, and the challengers are ready in the ring. Jacob Austin Young, Crash Test Cody. The following get a shot at the gold.
The following, they have set the tone here at FSW. They have put everyone on notice, and I think they want to go and dismantle everyone. They want to take away all the gold. I think they're going to have a tough time tonight against the Whirlwind Gentlemen. I don't think it's going to happen.
These guys have been on a roll. They've been tag team champions almost 9 months already, D'Lo Brown, and they've beaten the best that FSW has to offer. And right now, the following, they are definitely top foes who we know they'll do anything it takes to win the titles. And we could have new champions.
We've already seen them do whatever it takes to win, to gain a win. And the Gentlemen, like I said, I love them. They got swag, they got style. They definitely need to watch out for the following.
And there is Crash Test Cody, a man who was voted the most favorite wrestler in FSW in 2013, and he has turned his back on his legion of fans.
Sometimes that favorite status goes people's heads and they don't know how to handle it. And right now he's turning it against the people and putting all that love they once had for him, they're turning it into hate.
And you could hear the fans chanting, "Why, Cody, why?" And Jacob Austin Young putting his hands over the ears of Crash Test Cody, who for some reason doesn't want to hear it, but he is going to hear it.
He doesn't want to hear it because he knows the truth. That's the reason he doesn't want to hear it. That's why he's covering his ears up, because he can't stand the truth right now.
It's obvious that Bryce Harrison has something about him that makes guys like Jacob Austin Young and Duke and Cody listen to what he says. That's what makes them the followers.
He's got that Charles Manson mentality, that Jim Jones mentality, where he can make people follow and follow him and do whatever he wants. And even though they know it's wrong, even though they know it's not what they should be doing, they still do it anyway.
Cody's eye, you could see the left eye. That came from a fireball at the hands of a guy who is now his tag team partner.
Which is amazing to me. If you burn my face, you maim me, the last thing I want to do is be there in a position where I've got to trust you in the ring. But yet, we have the situation right here.
And listen to the crowd, a great turnout at the FSW arena to see the titles on the line. The Whirlwind Gentlemen, Remy Marcel going to start things off with Jacob Austin Young, a man who was a co-rookie of the year a couple years ago here in FSW. But he is a guy that is just tremendous to watch. It's a shame that you know, personally, I don't care for the guy, D'Lo, you know, but watching him in the ring, he is a guy that has so much skill.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
You know, you can definitely look past the personality, look past his affiliation, and just look at his wrestling skill on those merits alone. And the kid is highly, highly skilled. He's got everything it takes to become a major superstar in this business.
And right now, Remy Marcel, Jacob Austin Young locking it up as the Fro is in full effect tonight.
See, I'm a big fan of the Fro. I love Remy. I love his style in the ring. Like I said, he's got swag, and he's another one who's got the skill and the technique to be somebody special in this industry.
You know, it's good to have a broadcast partner who can actually see talent and not be disgusted by a guy like Remy Marcel, because Disco Inferno, in all honesty, just doesn't like Remy Marcel.
You know, he doesn't like Remy Marcel because maybe he thinks Remy might be better than him. I'm not here to weigh myself against them. I'm here to show the world what they can do, highlight it, put it into words so everyone can see what the kids of FSW can do.
And right now the fans are giving it to the following as Jacob didn't like that chant. They're chanting Jacob sucks, and he took a little offense to it and left the ring.
You know, I've heard that chant before, yelled at me a couple times, and you know, it's not quite fun to hear that you suck. So I can understand his frustration.
And right now, the head coach, Bryce Harrison, giving some words of wisdom, wanting to make sure some more gold comes home.
See, here's the problem. When you wrestle the following, you don't wrestle one-on-one or two-on-two. You're wrestling a pack against whoever, and they will just do whatever it takes to get in there and destroy you.
And Jack Manley is in, a man who has his own issues with Jacob Austin Young, a man that he mentored, a man that he helped train, and then Jacob Austin Young cast him aside, turned his back, and actually cost Jack Manley the No Limits title to Bryce Harrison last year.
Yes, Jack Manley's another one of these young up-and-comers, and it would even, if I told you who he reminded me of, some people might not even like it, but I will tell you, the way Manley moves around, he reminds me of a young Chris Benoit. Whatever aside, his movements, his technique in the ring, I like Manley.
You know, even Disco Inferno, who not very fond of a lot of people, has had good words to say about Jack Manley. Maybe it was just to say bad things about Remy Marcel.
That could be it. He was probably saying good things on one side just to say bad on the other.
And look at that, holding the suplex. He's got him up.
Good power. Good display of power by Manley there. Good display of power.
And the 2 count as Cody tried to break up the fall. He was a little late, but Jacob Austin Young was still able to kick out in time. As Bryce Harrison is there ringside for his guys, hoping to bring home the gold in this tag team title match at the FSW Arena. Our next show a couple of weeks away, October 10th. Make sure you join us for that. It'll be another exciting event. Seating is limited. You can get tickets at FutureStarsOfWrestling.com.
What was that, FutureStarWrestling.com?
That is correct.
I'm going on my phone right now I'm getting me some tickets. I'm getting tickets right now.
You know, tickets are just $10, and look at that clothesline.
I'm getting, look.
As Crash Test Cody, he is a man who just, you know, a 360-degree turn. And it is really a shame because he was just starting to really get it. You know, the lovable loser, you know, he was putting things together, winning matches, and for some reason now he feels that he needs to be part of the following to maybe get to that next step.
Sometimes people get in your head,
What is this?
This is a following trick? What's going on here?
There is no lights.
Hold on, let me get my cell phone here.
And we got a couple of cell phones, but I'm not sure if this match is going to get thrown out.
Did the following do something?
I have no idea, but right now the ring is starting to get lit up thanks to the fans.
Wow, what great fans here in FSW.
You know, it is the main event, and I guess we're going to keep things going, D'Lo Brown.
This is a new definition to the term dark match, let me tell you right now.
No doubt about it, and I guess we can see.
You look at the fans. This is old school backyard wrestling. Pull your cars up to the backyard right on the gate. Turn the lights on, and let's just have at it. And this is what the fans are doing right now.
And the headbutt by Cody, 1, 2. You know, if this was a football game, if this was a baseball game, if this was a basketball game, it'd be canceled.
Yeah, but this is pro wrestling. We don't cancel for anything.
That's right. FSW keeps it going. No refunds, D-Lo.
No refunds. Got to put the main event out there. Got to get the main event done.
And Jacob Austin Young, it's actually pretty bright now.
You know, the fans have turned on about 60 cell phone lights, and look at that. That's amazing.
And right now the following 1, 2, and almost new champions as the crowd, they're digging it. They're wrestling with some light from their cell phones, and we're able to call the match, D-Lo.
Disco. This is like an old Grateful Dead concert where everybody would light up their lighters, you know, just get into the mood. But I'll tell you this, all jokes aside, the fans know how important this match is for FSW. They didn't want it to stop, and they found a way so this match can continue because they understand the importance of and the meaning of this match.
Oh, and look at that, the cannonball by Crash Test Cody, and he misses.
Can Remy make it? Can Remy make it over the hot tag? Can he make it for the tag?
I know it's still pretty dark. I'm not sure Remy knows where to go. And look at that.
Oh, he obviously
the Cody Cutter. This is going to be it. 1, 2.
Oh.
And Jack Manley saves the day, or the following would be the new tag team champions. Unbelievable, the Cody Cutter, and Remy is discombobulated. D'Lo Brown, he went to the wrong corner.
He can't see. I mean, we can barely see on the video. I cannot see 3 feet in front of me. If it wasn't for these cell phone cams and these lights here, I wouldn't be able to see anything. I couldn't imagine being in the ring in this situation.
But these guys are fighting through. I wonder if the Whirlwind Gentlemen lose, if they can file a protest.
You know, I would definitely have a grievance here if they would actually lose this match because it's not fought under fair terms.
And right now, Manley comes in, and he is cleaning house with the clotheslines. Down goes Jacob Austin Young. The boot to the head of Crash Test Cody. And look at this, Bulldog from the second rope. And right now, the Whirlwind Gentlemen, they are on fire. And here comes Manley just firing away with the clotheslines. Obviously, he likes wrestling in the dark.
You know what? We've all wrestled in the dark before, but I've never done it in front of people.
The big body drop by Jack Manley, and out goes Jacob Austin Young. And look at
wow! I don't even know. I can't even call that. I don't know what to say.
And the following could be down and out. And there comes Bryce Harrison. And he gets tossed in for good measure as Jacob and Cody, and it looks like Remy and Manley. But wait, here comes the following, and the bell is rung as the referee has lost control of the match.
He's lost all control here. He's lost all control.
Oh, and look at that, the Cody Cutter on Jack Manley. And right now, the Whirlwind Gentlemen. And down goes Remy Marcel.
The following they're trying to make a statement here.
And here comes Gregory Sharpe, and he's getting another beat down for good measure. And a third Cody Cutter. Crash Test Cody is laying them all out tonight.
You know, the following is making a statement here. Is that clutch? I can barely see. Is that clutch?
And that is clutch, but the following gets out of dodge, and they're going out the back entrance.
Man, I hope they can find their way out because, oh, wait, there they are. They haven't left the ringside yet.
And there you have it, the following. They lose by disqualification, but they may have won the battle, D'Lo Brown.
If those are the losers, I don't mind being losers, to tell you the truth, because look at the winners.
And that is it for the Lowdown. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week.